My name is LaShawn Knox Brown, and I am the PAO, the Public Affairs Officer at U.S. Embassy Praia. Welcome to the second episode of Gastronomical Diplomacy. Today, I'm sitting at a restaurant in the middle of the city of Praia called SYDs, and I have two very special guests. I would like to introduce you to Sid and Mr. Ambassador Jeff Daigle.
Welcome to SYDs. I'm glad you're all here.
Thank you very much. I am so incredibly happy to finally meet you. I don't know if you know it, but you are a very famous person in the U.S. Embassy. I've had many people tell me, oh, you have to go to SYDs and try the tacos, try the cachupa balls. I've tried to make reservations here several times, and I can never get a reservation, even though I am the U.S. ambassador. I am your ambassador, but I understand, I respect it, and I think it's admirable how you've been so cautious in running your business during this pandemic. But I have had your food for takeout. It is fantastic, and I'm so pleased to finally meet you and get to talk about your experience coming back to CaboVerde and opening a business.
You know, with that, I think we should start off with some food, right? What do we have first, Sid?
So we have our cachupa balls that we have here and pastel, but our rendition of pastel.
I am looking forward to it.
All right.
It's beautiful. Now that is not cachupa balls.
So that here, that's our pastel with spinach and cheese.
Ah,
yes.
okay.
And the other plate is our cachupa balls. It has blue cheese on top, sweet chili sauce, and cilantro cream sauce that we have.
Are your cachupa balls based on the refried version as well, correct?
Yes, they are.
Do you have a secret for a secret? Well, if it's really secret, I won't make you tell the whole world, but do you have any advice on how to make a good cachupa ball?
Really, we just use corn and beans in our cachupa balls. And, here's our secret ingredient. It's on the menu, so it's okay.
Oh, okay, good. What, the
caramelized onions.
Caramelized onions?
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit. It really does look like a corn fritter in some ways.
It does.
Yeah. This is wonderful. Okay, so I'm gonna try this the next time I entertain Americans at the house, but I won't try to replicate your recipe. I will put an order with you in beforehand, and I will come and get it to go if that's okay. These are wonderful.
That works.
Fantastic.
People actually assume that it's just cachupa, just formed into a ball.
That's what I was expecting.
Right. But it's a nice little surprise. Yeah.
Definitely whenever I entertain Americans, it's grog. We always do something with grog.
Has to be there.
And I always get the really good value of grog, the really old, really dark amber grog, which is fantastic. It's almost a shame sometimes if you put it in a mixed drink because it's just so good by itself. The grog, we always serve Café de CaboVerde, the Morbeza brand. We always serve that. So I love making it a whole CaboVerdean experience. I think these would be very popular in the U.S. Can you export them back to the U.S. in some way?
I should try. Open a SYDs in the U.S.
And you'll be like a chain. And not just a chain, an international chain.
An international chain.
You'd be the first CaboVerdean American international chain.
Right.
That would be great.
So, but you know, I really love living here. And so...
Why? The beautiful weather, the wonderful people, the gorgeous beaches. I don't understand why you would prefer to live here.
No winter.
Sid, I'm enjoying the pastéis and the cachupa balls. What else do we have on the menu?
Well, we have, of course, cachupa. So our refried cachupa, it's a vegetarian cachupa, and we use coconut milk and cheese in it, and a little bit of mint.
So we touched on opening a business and running a business during the COVID times. So what was your biggest challenge?
You know, I think my biggest challenge was realizing that my original business plan had to change. So going from a guest house to a full-on restaurant, it's good.
It is so tasty. So tasty.
I'm glad you like it. And I don't know if you can taste the mint in the cachupa. Like,
It's so
who would have
good.
thought?
Yeah. It gives it a North African. Yeah, it's very fresh.
It's very fresh.
Very fresh. Good, good. I think this is the only way that I eat cachupa. The other way is leña.
Just cooked over an open fire, or the
Over an open fire.
over an open-
Yeah, and it just has a very different flavor. Yeah, and that's the traditional way to eat cachupa.
Sort of going back to the COVID challenges.
Right.
So how then will you move forward with the adjustments that you made to your operating plans? I mean, obviously, I think the food has probably been very successful. Will you maybe not do the guest house aspect of it, or will you just try to move forward with both and double your business?
I'll try to move forward with both. I really enjoy having different people here and just hearing different stories. In the restaurant part, we can't stop it now.
No, you can't, Sid. You can't. We
Eat tacos here twice a week. You know this.
please don't stop.
And I love having you here. Bring lots of joy here, and I love it. Yeah.
What do you think we, the collective we, not just the embassy, what can we do to promote tourism in Cabo Verde better with Americans? This has been a big question that we've worked on with the government for quite a while. You know, once things are able to get back on track with some of these ideas, making the airport hub in Sal, getting the air routes back to the U.S. reestablished, I think that will help. But there still is a need, I think, to do more awareness raising in American travelers about Cabo Verde. And I have been saying we need to do more, we collectively, do more like digital advertising, because I think Americans travel a bit differently than Europeans. I think there's just so many different opportunities and so many different segments of the American traveling public. You've got all the people that love going to the beaches, you've got the people that love music, you've got people that love travel for good food. And so there's just so many things that we need to do a better job of promoting in the US to get Americans here. So like, how do you get your guests here? Is it, are there lessons learned that we can apply to getting American tourists here?
You know, Sid, one thing that I've noticed is your use of Instagram. You know, we found out about your brunch through Instagram.
That's how we get our message across, and it's worked even more than Facebook. And so I have a mixture of young people and older folks, and on our menu we're able to really cater to all of these groups, from vegetarians to children.
Well, speaking of vegetarians, this chupa, it's fabulous.
It's wonderful. It really is wonderful.
Thank you.
So the next question for you, Sid, is obviously, as I kind of inch my way towards these cachupa balls, is...
Sorry.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Are you enthusiastic? I'll share.
Thank you.
One.
My question to you is, what's next on the menu?
Right, okay. Now we have couscous, and we make couscous French toast.
So you heard it here first. The next thing we're having is a couscous French toast up next. So we've had so much great food today, haven't we?
We really have. I've been super impressed with how innovative what we've had so far. The cachupa balls and the take on it from an American perspective. The vegetarian cachupa. Matt and I were vegan for a year or so, and that was really wonderful. So I'm really looking forward to couscous French toast.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what this is going to be like.
I can't wait. In fact, there she is.
All right.
Couscous French toast.
Oh yeah, that is gorgeous. This looks like a French haute cuisine meal. This is beautiful.
Well, I did study French cuisine.
Oh wow, this is beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
This is our couscous, and you have the sugarcane honey that you just drizzle on top, and it's really good, and it matches perfectly with couscous. And a little ice cream on the side, because everything is good with ice cream.
Everything is good with ice cream.
All right.
So I'm from Louisiana, and there's a lot of African traditions in the Louisiana culinary experience. So of course, sugarcane is a huge product in South Louisiana. Unfortunately, we do not make grog in South Louisiana. I don't know why. I might have to bring that back to Louisiana, but we definitely have sugarcane syrup. Very, very famous. And in fact, we have to order it sometimes. I didn't realize they had that here, because this is something that we use for candies and desserts as well in Louisiana. So I'm super happy to hear we get this here.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is really cool. It's really great.
I would have never in a million years paired like a French toast style couscous with ice cream and syrup. This is fantastic.
Just to change the subject a little bit, one of the things that the embassy is keenly interested in is promoting women's participation in the economy. And in fact, we were very proud, CaboVerde joined the United States in signing a call to action at the United Nations this past fall on having women's empowerment and more participation in the economy. And so we're looking at ways to partner with CaboVerde to encourage more female entrepreneurship. So, did you have any special challenges, do you think, coming back as a woman entrepreneur? And what sort of advice would you have for women getting into business?
I never really thought of just me being a woman entrepreneur. I just always saw myself as an entrepreneur. And so any difficulties that I might have had or might have, I don't really relate it to being a woman or not.
So, if you're a young Cabo Verdean under the age of 35, no collateral, no cosigner, where do you go? What do you do?
You go to Pro Empresa, and they have a team that will help you out with drawing out your business plan if you need help with doing that. And they also, they cover with the bank. They cover so that you don't have to pay high interest with the bank. And so their interest rates are a lot lower as far as paying that money back.
So do you have any advice, last advice, for folks in the diaspora back in the United States or anywhere about coming back and investing in their home country?
I think, well, the first thing, if you want to invest, it's important anywhere that you go, is to know what is needed. Just see what could work, and don't be afraid. You know, a lot of people, when they leave, they have this fear of coming back and feeling like they have to come with a lot, and that just holds a lot of people back. You take years to come back to Cape Verde, but there's so much opportunity here. So take what works wherever you are and see how you can adapt it in Cape Verde. And I think that's what I did here, and it's possible. Yeah.
Mr. Ambassador, do you have any words of wisdom, words of encouragement for Sid?
Words of wisdom? No, this is the lady with the wisdom. No, thank you very much. This has been wonderful. Again, I've enjoyed your food many times, and I look, maybe one time I'll actually get a reservation to come and sit down and enjoy it here.
I hope so.
Thank you so much for hosting us. Mr. Ambassador, thank you so much for joining us today. We hope to have you again.
Absolutely.
Yes. And for all of you in TV land, thank you so much for joining us for this, our second episode of Gastronomical Diplomacy. Who knows where we're going next? You'll find out next on the third episode of Gastronomical Diplomacy. Until then, see you later.
Cheers.
Cheers.